All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here preaching this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom, this your bro Matazak coming back with another video. You know, and I'm not sure if a lot of brothers are aware of this certain event that's supposed to take place, but that's the title of this article. It's a global protesters on April 5th, and it says cities unite against Trump and Musk. You know, and I'm not sure, I haven't read through this article yet, but I heard it's supposed to be about 1 million people that's supposed to be attending this particular protest. You know, I think it's around 1 million or over 1 million, a little over 1 million or something like that. That's what I heard. You know, so once I heard that rumor, I actually went to look up the article, and this is what I found. And like I said, I haven't read through it yet, so we'll see exactly what it's talking about and how many, you know, exactly an estimate of how many people are supposed to attend this certain protest. But it's supposed to be against Donald Trump and Elon Musk, you know, because like we always say, a lot of people have caught wind of what these people are trying to do. You know, and even if these people haven't, you know, particularly caught wind of exactly the type of sinister plan that they have for really people in general, you know, around the world, the whole plan that they're really aiming for is a digital system to basically enslave humanity, you know what I'm saying, and have a particular percentage of rich Edomites sitting at the top, you know, of that pyramid, controlling, you know, everybody else, you know, basically trying to be, you know, portray themselves as God, you know, over everyone else. But even if people don't exactly know that that's the end goal, they still see the things that Trump and Elon, you know, in their cabinet, the things that they're doing right now, which is basically their, you know, basically getting rid of a lot of jobs. You know what I'm saying? They basically are, you know, firing a lot of people, you know, and a lot of different policies, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things that Trump is writing off on, a lot of people don't agree with, you know what I'm saying? So it's basically, it's causing tensions, you know, and a lot of people are starting to uprise against that, even if they don't know. Now, if these people actually knew the end goal of the plans that these people have and the things that they're trying to do, you know, on the level that we understand what they're trying to do, you know what I'm saying, it would be global protests. It would be people protesting around the globe, you know. But people's eyes are starting to get open as to what these people are trying to do, and they're already, you know what I'm saying, it's already causing, you know, a little turmoil, you know, here and there, you know what I'm saying, a little uprisings here and there. But it says global protests on April 5th, cities unite against Trump and Musk. And it says protest, cardboard, and black woman in crowd portrait with equal, well, I guess that's just talking about what this picture is showing. But it says stronger together, we want change. Now they definitely gonna bring you people some change, that's for sure. But it says tens of thousands of people in the United States and around the world are preparing to take to the streets on Saturday, April 5th. So like I said, I'm not sure if brothers done heard about this or not, but this is what's taking place, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised if something happens, you know, some type of T attack, you know, some type of, you know, event, you know, that cause a few, you know, people to be unalived, you know, so on and so forth. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see what happens. But it says to take to the streets on Saturday, April 5th, in what organizers are calling the largest single day of protest since Donald Trump was sworn in for a second term. And it says, with more than 600 events planned across all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and multiple international cities, the message is unified and urgent. Hands off our rights. our resources, and our democracy. In London, demonstrators will gather in Trafalgar Square from 3 to 5 p.m., joining the movement alongside Americans, Canadians, Brits, and others from around the world. So I guess this is a worldwide thing. These are worldwide protests. Because the things that the WEF, the things that they're trying to do, a lot of people understand and know what their plans are. Even if they don't know that all of this is going to lead to what the scriptures refer to as the mark of the beast, which is we believe to be the RFID chip, which is a physical device that you're going to have under your skin to participate in this new world order, this new digital world, But it says they're threatening to invade Canada, Greenland, and Panama, and daring the world to stop them. Well, this is the world saying no. Organizers said this is a crisis and the time to act is now. And it says back in the United States, the centerpiece protest is scheduled for Washington, D.C., where thousands are expected to convene at the Washington Monument at noon for a massive rally on the National Mall. Organizers say the protests are a response to Trump and congressional Republicans' efforts to gut essential programs like healthcare, Social Security, public education, and civil rights protections. Because people are paying attention to these things that Trump is signing off of, and these things that Elon Musk is doing. Basically Trump's whole cabinet. People are paying attention to these executive orders and these policies that he's signing off on. And some of the things that they're doing is trying to get rid of insurance, which a lot of Americans, they rely heavily on that, because if they didn't have that, then they would have to pay out of pocket for essential things that they need that they wouldn't be able to afford on their own, like diabetics. They have to have insulin and shit like that, and if their insurance didn't cover it, then they would have to pay out of pocket, which that price of those insulins and things like that would be very high. And then you have majority of Americans that's on prescription pills, right? Well, I wouldn't say majority, but you have a great number of Americans that are, it might be majority, it might be most of Americans that are on, because I think I looked that up a while back, and I think it said it was a great number, of Americans that were on prescription pills, medications and things like that. And Trump, he's basically trying to cut that as well, which I did a video on that a while back, and these people, it was a compilation of people basically going crazy at the fact that they was going to lose their medications. People with no schizophrenia medicine, no depression medicine. And then on top of that, they were going to cut the funding to the suicide hotlines. So, people are really upset about these things that they're getting rid of, all of these programs and things like that, So we can expect things to get a lot worse. So we can expect a lot more uprisings, a lot more uproars of the people, and so on and so forth. But these are things that they're getting rid of, and now people are on edge because they rely heavily on these things. Like I said, healthcare, Social Security, public education, civil rights protections. And it says moves that have sparked nationwide outrage. This mass mobilization day is our message to the world that we do not consent to the destruction of our government and our economy for the benefit of Trump and his billionaire allies. You see? And it says organizers in D.C. said, alongside Americans across the country, we are marching, rallying, and protesting to demand a stop to the chaos and build an opposition movement against the looting of our country. You see? So let's with that being said, let's grab something just real quick, and then we'll come back to the article, because I think this is a good spot to, kind of throw a scripture in there. So let's grab something real quick. And this is 2 Esdras 15 and 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, nor in the course of their actions shall stand in their power." You see that? So this is sedition, which basically sedition means a rising up against, authority, or, government. People that's in positions of authority are rising up against them, and this is what we're seeing. April 5th, that's a form of sedition, because they're coming against the government. They're coming against people of authority. So for thou shalt be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. You see that? So they shall not regard their kings nor princes. So they're not going to no longer listen to what their kings, because Trump, he's a king. He's the president. He's the king of America. Then you have lower level kings, like Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? Which he's really like a fucking wizard, really. You know what I'm saying? But people are not going to listen to their officials. People that's that have power, like these judges. These presidents. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. People are no longer going to listen to these people. The mayors. And things like that. People are going to basically take things into their own hands because they see how corrupt the government is. So they shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their power, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power, which means they're going to put things into their own hands. They're going to do things according to their will, and not listen and take orders from their authority no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's talking about. So let's go back to the article real quick and let's finish it out. But it says, demonstrations are planned from coast to coast in cities including Buffalo, New York, Columbus, Georgia, Hollywood, Florida, Guilford, Connecticut, York, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Texas, and throughout California, where organizers are uniting for large-scale actions in Los Angeles and Sacramento. From early morning rallies to afternoon marches, the protests will take many forms: town halls, digital campaigns, and street demonstrations, all grounded in a commitment to nonviolence resistance. Organizers say the April 5th movement builds on growing frustration with the Trump administration's agenda. The crowd counting consortium reported over 2,085 protests nationwide in February 2025, a sharp rise from the 937 recorded in February 2017. During a recent week-long congressional recess, more than 500 events were held across the country, often in districts where elected officials avoided meeting constituents. You see, so back in 2017, there was on record about 937 protests nationwide, but now that number has went up exponentially. Now it's about 285 protests nationwide. And this was in February. So these numbers, they're going to keep going up, because more people are getting fed up. More people are getting enlightened to what these devils are doing, to what these elites are doing. And more people are starting to rise up, against the government. So these numbers are going to keep going up, you know? And that's the problem. Y'all have these large protests, but it's always peaceful protests. You people should really be out here tearing up buildings, flipping cars. Y'all should be doing all that shit, man. You know, if you knew exactly what your government had planned for you, which is digital slavery and control, you people would be burning buildings down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would be making homemade bombs and blowing up, you know, courtrooms and all different types of shit if y'all knew what these people had planned. You know what I'm saying? So these peaceful protests, they gonna only get so much done. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have a peaceful protest, all right, you out there yelling, you out there chanting, but then you end up what happened? You go home after that, and then it's the same little shit over and over. You know what I'm saying? So peaceful protests ain't gonna really get the job done. You people got to go out there and tear some shit up. You know? And it says at the core of the message, it is a defense of everyday Americans and the system they depend on. We stand with people of color and all those being stripped of their basic human and civil rights, Buffalo organizer stated. We stand with our educational institutions and the countless faculty, researchers, and students that are being subjected to arbitrary political litmus test, uncertainty, and censorship in their work. In Slovakia, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but you can see it there. And it says from London to Los Angeles, from the National Mall to Niagara Square, April 5th is shaping up to be a defining day of resistance against what demonstrators call an authoritarian power grab that threatens the very fabric of democracy. We're not waiting for someone to save us. DC organizers said we're taking action ourselves. And like I said, if y'all really want to take action, then y'all need to be causing some destruction. Peaceful protests only going to get you so far. It's not really going to get anything done. Y'all need to get out there and start flipping some cars and making some, what's those things called? I think they call like Molotovs or something like that, where those bottles that you fill the gas up, fill them with gas and put some fire on them and throw them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be doing shit like that on some, like, you know, on some real sedition type shit, because you go out there peaceful, then they, you know, that's not going to get nothing done. You people got to cause some damage. You know, that's what we want to see. And eventually it's going to get to that point. But this is Isaiah 19:4, and it says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts. And we are in modern day Egypt now, you know, and that fierce, and that what we believe to be, that's going to turn out to be that fierce and cruel Lord is going to be Donald Trump and his cabinet, you know, Elon Musk, you know, so on and so forth. But you know what I'm saying? We got people behind the scenes that tell them what to do. But Donald Trump is the face that's going to push those things forward, you know, because we believe that we're in a time of the mark of the beast getting ready to get implemented, because they're already setting up the AI digital infrastructure, you know, to bring that in, you know, which that's going to be the end all be all. That's what they want. At the end of the day, at the end of all of this, everything is going to lead to that final thing, that mark of the beast, that RFID chip, you know, that device that's going to get put under your skin. That's where everything is going to lead to. That's where all this digital money, you know, digital systems with AI that's going to be controlled and monitored by AI. That's where all this is headed to. All of this stuff is going to be intertwined, and it's all going to work together, you know, and it's all going to work with that chip, you know. And really what they want to happen is they want some type of event to take place to where basically people kill each other, you know, because on the Georgia Guidestones, they had a certain number that they wanted to preserve, which I think it was around 500 million, but everybody else they wanted to kill off, you know, and a lot of this is going to be caused by them causing chaos and basically having people kill each other off, you know, because that's what they said. If you watch that movie, that's what it said in that movie, leave the world behind. Basically, that they basically set up a environment to where people turn on each other and kill each other. And that's no different than what's going to happen soon, because they want to cause so much chaos and so much, turmoil, to the point people start killing each other and turning on each other out of desperation and survival. And then after enough people have killed themselves off and died off, then they're going to come in with the solution, like the heroes, and that's when they're going to introduce to you that mark of the beast, that RFID chip, that physical device. That's when they're going to come in with it, and you people, y'all going to accept it out of desperation, because by this time a lot of your family members and friends would have been done died, and you would have been, quote unquote, one of the lucky ones that survived all these things to happen. So when they introduce this to you, you're going to be the first to jump at it, because now you're going to have a way to get food and water and take care of whatever you got left, So this is what's coming. So a lot of people going to take it out of desperation. And Trump, he's going to be, Lord willing, that cruel Lord that make these things happen, that bring these things forth, So let's grab one more thing real quick. And let's see where I want it. This is 2nd Ezra 9, and let's see, trying to remember exactly what I wanted to grab. Okay, I think this is it. Let's start at 2. It says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And we're seeing that the Lord is starting to visit this place, especially with all the chariot so-called UFO sightings that's increasing, So the Lord is starting to visit this place. But here's the point. It says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." So this is giving us signs of when Yahweh Shah is supposed to make his return, and the end is very near, and we're seeing those things now, which lets us know that Yahweh Shah is very close to his second return. So it says, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. So uproars of the people. So that's what we're seeing. When you have people planning a 1,000,000-man protest against the presidents and against the government, then that's talking about uproars of the people. That's talking about sedition among men. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it's saying. So that lets us know that we are very close to the end, and things are going to continue to get a lot worse. More protests, more people involved in the protests, and eventually things are going to get not so peaceful, because like that article said, those are just peaceful protests, but it's going to get to a point where things are going to not be so peaceful, So, I think the point was made, what I'm saying? So this is what's supposed to take place, and hopefully something come from this, hopefully something come from this large protest that I think over 1 million people is supposed to attend, which I heard. Not sure how true that is. I got to go look that up, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be over 1 million people in these protests. Now, I'm not sure if they're counting all these different events as one, because you're going to have all of these different protests around the country, and they're counting all these different people in all these different protests, or is it supposed to be one protest in a certain area where it's going to be 1 million people? So either way, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be against the government, against Donald Trump, against Elon Musk and his cabinet, and that's really what we want. We want it to get a lot worse. So with that being said, we'll see how it turned out. So with that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, their great millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.